Hey, welcome back to the channel. Well, today we're going to do another mountain painting. You can see I've already got it kind of sketched out here. Water, mountains, pine trees. Hey guys, don't forget to like and subscribe for more future videos. Let's get started. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start on our sky, of course. Let me see if I can pull out a little teeny tiny bit of phthalo blue. I'm going to start right behind my mountains because I like it light back here. Let's see. Oh, that's light. Yeah. That's light. I like to start right here. Let me see. I like it really light behind my mountains. I think it looks better. I do have liquid white up here. I got liquid white in my water. I got no liquid white on my mountains. Mountains are dry today, like they are most of the time. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good right there. Let's start getting a little. I'll take my 2-inch brush and go over this here in a minute. I'm just trying to use this 1 inch and get behind the mountains and all that stuff. Just putting some color down right here. Let me get some Prussian blue. Let me darken this up a little. Yeah. All right, Prussian blue will darken it on it. Big time dark. I may take a smidge of black. Throw in here. Just a little bit. Maybe even some Alizarin crimson. Just do a little bit more. Let's see, I'm going to have trees right there. Let me get a 2-inch brush and blend this up now. Let's make sure it's clean. Actually, I got a brand new one. Let me try it out. Yeah, brand new brush. First time you guys get to watch me use it. I'm going to start behind the mountains. And I'm going to blend it. The only problem with the new brush is the hairs, bristles. I'm going to start right here and start working my way out. X strokes. Wipe this brush off a little bit. I think I'm going to have pine trees right up in here too. Yeah, just blend it out. That's all I want to do with it. I think that looks pretty good. I like my new brush. Did well. What did I do with my blue brush? I'm going to go ahead and put some stuff down here in the water. And this water is going to be pretty dark. So I'm definitely going to take some Prussian blue and some black. I want the sun to be coming down this way. These are going to be pine trees. And they are going to be shading this. Needs to be darker than that even. And I do have, as I said, I got liquid white down here. This is going to be like sand right here. Here and here, like a beach sort of. If you can visualize that. This is probably good for now. Probably good for now, till I get my land formed up. Let's go ahead and start on our mountains. This one's further back than this one. This one is in the front. So I'm going to start with the furthest one back And as you can see, my lines are gone, but it don't make no difference. It don't make no difference. We'll just make our own stuff. We'll make our own lines. Oh, forgot to tell you, I got two different collars. This is for the furthest back mountain. This is for the close-up mountain. This is Prussian blue, alizarin crimson, and black. And for this pile, I just added some white. Took it out of this pile, put it here, and added some white. That's all it is. I was going to make this a different color today. I was going to make these some brown mountains, or just a different color. And I put out so much Prussian blue on my palette that now I've got to go ahead and make these other kind of mountains, these darker mountains, because Prussian blue only lasts for about a day and then it goes bad, and I stuck so much out on my palette a while ago. Let me go ahead and pull these out. Let's go ahead and pull these out. They're just going to about right there. There's a small mountain back here today. That's about it right there. That's about it. Okay, now let's go to the next mountain, the big mountain. We're going to take some of this. And remember, these mountains are dry, and I do this, and I've said it a lot of times, but if you're new, I don't put any liquid white on these mountains a lot of times, because those of you that paint at home have trouble getting your paint to break. That's why you got liquid white on it. Don't put liquid white on here. And your life will get easier. Your paint will break like you've never seen it break before. People that seen my paintings a lot, they're probably sick of me saying that, but I mean, I have to. I just have to. For the new people. But if you don't use liquid whites, you got to use a little bit more paint, but that's not a big deal at all, because it's not going to blend as easy. That is no big deal to me. I paint on dry canvases all the time. I prefer it, really. It's just how I learned, and that's what I like. Okay, that looks different. I like that. I like how that looks. Okay, let's pull that one out. I'm just going to use the same brush. It don't make no difference. It's dirty, and that's okay. We're just going to pull this paint out. I just need it to come about down into where you see the line right there. That's probably about it right there. Yeah, I'm going to have pine trees coming up both sides. I was going to paint something else this evening, and I thought, man, I think I'll just paint a mountain. Just kind of got in the mood, I guess. All right, let's go ahead and get started on our collar of the mountain. Let me roll these paper towels up here. All right, I made a mix. I got some white with, some white with a little brown in it. I just put a little brown. It don't take much. And we're going to start back here. Start back here on this mountain right there. It doesn't take much at all. Don't take much brown at all. Brown's is a pretty strong color when you're mixing white, mixing it in some white, that is. And you got to pretty much wipe your knife off every time. I think I'm going to bring this on down right in here. Okay, let's go ahead and start on our next mountain. I'm using the same exact collar. Get a little higher right there. And I'm barely touching it. Literally barely touching. Let's go ahead and do this right here. Got to keep wiping your knife off because you're going to pick up all kinds of stuff. Stuff you don't want. You know, like black that's underneath of it. That kind of stuff. It's something you don't really want. Let's take a look here to see what we're doing. I think I need to bring this on down this way. Kind of got to stand back, and that's what I do a lot of times. I'll step back and take a look. Because you almost have to be able to see what you're doing. Just needed to come over a little more even. It's probably about good, I would think. Yeah, that's probably okay right there. I think I might take a little bit of white now. If I can get me a chunk of clean white here. Find me a chunk. I'm going to skim a little bit of white over this. Just for some extra color. Just for extra color, for no other reason. Yeah, I think that makes a little difference. Maybe just a touch here. Just a touch. That's probably good. I just can't help myself. I gotta. Let's go ahead and make a shadow color. For this back side here, actually I got some, I wonder if this is any good. I better not, I don't know if I should use that. I got some paint left over here. It's kind of stiff. Maybe I shouldn't use it. Let's go ahead and put a little bit of white in this. This is the color we used on the back side actually. I got too much there, I believe. Let's see how this will look. I think this will look fine. Get a little bit more. I think that looks okay. Wipe my knife off. Now let's do the back side of the mountain. Or the dark side. The dark mountain, that's what I'm trying to say. Let's do the dark mountain. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, you can see that pretty easy. I actually have a smaller knife if I need it. I don't think I do. And I'm barely touching it. Just like they say, whoever they are, you barely touch it. It looks pretty good. Stand back and take a look. I think that looks fine. I think it looks fine. Okay, I think what I need to do now, I think I need to go ahead and put some color down. Even though I've got pine trees here and here, I think that I still need to put some kind of color down right here. I'm just going to use this mountain color until I run out of it, which I'm pretty much out just about. That way I don't waste nothing. I'll take some of this black and I'll stick it in this mountain color. I just need something down here, just in case there's a hole in the tree, you know, that I put up. You can't see the white canvas behind it, basically. That's a lot of times why you do something like this. Not all the time, obviously, but in this case, that's why I'm doing it. Because this is going to have pine trees. But I don't want you to see the white canvas behind it, just in case it doesn't, I don't get them in thick enough. If that makes sense. Hope it does. That's probably good. Probably good right there. Let me do the other side real quick. I'm just taking black and I'm mixing it with this mountain color that I had just to use it and get rid of it. That's basically what I'm doing, just to get rid of it. Probably good right there. Now for the beach area. Let me find me a big, nice brush. This will be dark. Don't want the sun coming down. This will be darker than this. So, you know what? Here's some of this mountain color. This was my topping. This has some real nice light color to it. We obviously don't want it this light, but I'm using it up, so don't waste it. Let's take some brown. I'm probably just going to throw these colors in and mix them all up. Let's take some burnt sienna. I like that color. Kind of a reddish brown color, orangish sort of. If I can get some ochre out of here without getting any of this green that I have on it. I got some ochre here, but it's got green. I gotta go around it. Okay, now for this side here. I don't have any raw umber out. That's what I was needing. Let's take a little sienna. Okay. Let's go ahead and shape this out. Shaping it out to the way we want it. We obviously have to go over all this again, but I'm putting color down. One-inch brush. it all the way up in there. Yeah, it don't look too bad. I think what I'm going to do now is I might wipe some of this off, some of this dark. That way I can put my trees in. I got some what they call shop towels here. You can use paper towels too. Paper towels will work just fine. These are just a little better. Get these at your neighborhood parts store, car parts store, or Walmart. Yeah, and I'm wiping this off so when I put my trees on, it's not soaking wet. And I might start working on my trees. Just to go ahead and get it done. At least put them in. See, I'm soaking up all that oil that was on there. Yeah, see, it just keeps coming. That's okay. That's what makes oil painting interesting. It can be a challenge sometimes. So look at that. After I just wiped it, it's still coming off. And that's okay. No big deal. No big deal at all. So I'm going to keep this and reuse it later for something. Let me go ahead and fix that little spot right there. Go ahead and mix this together a little better before I start on these trees. Get everything the way I want it before I start. Okay, let me find me a big fan brush. Okay, I've got a big fan brush. This is what I needed. Let's take some black and some green. Got some black. Got some green. Oh, this might be too big to start right here. Maybe I better start here. These trees are going to have to be fairly close together, I do believe. And I do have a picture. I'm not looking at it right now, but I did see the picture, and they are kind of close together, so that would be okay. And they get taller and taller. I may have to scrape a little bit of this mountain off if my trees have trouble sticking, because that paint on these, this is thick, this stuff right here. Just like here. That wasn't too bad. Yeah, that wasn't too bad right there. But if it has trouble, then I'll just take my knife and I'll scrape off certain areas of the painting, of the mountain, I should say. I'm sorry. Just make sure you cover up all these things like this. See that canvas showing through? Make sure it's all covered up. And we're just going to get taller and taller with these trees. Because you almost have to, just the design of this painting, you almost have to get taller and taller. But this is an actual photograph, believe it or not. Very pretty, very nice. It looks just like what I'm doing right here. I'm sure it's some kind of national park, I just don't know where. because it's awful pretty scene not to be a national park. You'd almost think it almost have to be just because it looks so nice. I'm probably going to put one more right there, then I'm going for some real big trees. I'll probably put one more right here. Probably one more right here. Okay, I'm trying to think, do I want to start on the other side before? I think this had two big trees, and I mean they come a little further down. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's just do it. Let's see what happens. I might have to get a paint reload on this one. This one here is pretty big. Black and green, sap green and black. Okay, there's another one beside of it, and it is even taller. If my memory serves me correctly, and let's hope it does. Because once you do this, it's too late to change it. Well, it's not really too late. You can change it, but my gosh, who wants to fix a mess like that? I always say it's not too late to change till your paint dries, but that don't mean you're going to enjoy fixing something. Okay, I'm just going to continue doing this right here, and then I'll be back and we'll work down in here a little bit. All right, let me show you or tell you what I've been doing here. I went ahead and lightened these trees up a little bit. They were dark. I just took some green and some yellow and just went over them. That's all I did right there. I worked on this sand a little bit. It's darker on this side, and so is the water. Sun's coming down this way. This is shaded. This is lighter than this. This is lighter than that. And that's really about it. I mean, this is a pretty basic painting right here. And now what I'm going to do is highlight these pine trees. Got to have a paper towel in one hand. And I'm going to use pure cad yellow light. Sun's coming down this way. I guess we can start anywhere. I'm just going to start here, I guess, and just work my way up. And I'm just going to touch the right side. Keep my hand back. I think I stuck it in the paint just then. Oh goodness. I just came in from work a while ago, and you know how that is. I'm just touching the right side of these trees, and you got to wipe your brush off every time. You got to keep your paint, keep it clean. And this will help bring the trees out, define the trees where they are, you know, which tree is in front of which tree. It'll help you define where the trees are in the mountain also, because see, it kind of blends with the mountain. And when I put this on, you can see the trees a whole lot better. See, it makes them stand out real nice. I really like doing it this way. I think it looks really good, and this is why I do it this way. Like I said before, I'm not the only one that does this, but it is to me, it's a nice way to do it. Everybody does things different. And that's what makes the world go around, right? Everybody does stuff different. See, I just really like how that looks. And I'm just barely touching it. These trees are real wet. You guys seen me put them in a while ago. So they're real wet, and that's why you got to keep wiping your brush off. See, I got green all over that. It just takes a few taps and you got to reload. And you got to put a pretty good amount on here. That's probably too much, but I didn't want to get that much. But you gotta keep reloading. Yeah, I got rid of all that paint that was on there. Yeah, just keep a reloading. Clean paint. You gotta have a clean pile of yellow. Cad Yellow Light, one of my 2 favorite colors. Cad Red Light's the other favorite. As of right now, I'll probably change my mind later. Something else comes along I like, that'll be my new favorite color. But as of right now, Cad Yellow Light, Cad Red Light, my 2 favorites. Okay guys, I'm just going to keep doing this. That's all I'm doing. And then I'm going to start over here. And of course the highlight is going to be on the right side of the tree. And we'll just about be finished. This is a pretty good starter painting for someone just starting out. I'll be back. Well folks, that looks like that's a wrap. I think it turned out pretty good. This is a real good painting for someone that's just learning. I mean, this is not complicated. The mountain may be, but the rest of this is pretty basic stuff. Hey guys, don't forget to like and subscribe for more future videos. Thanks for watching.